Hey internet, welcome back to All Day We Play Pretend with your host, me, Catherine Rossler. I'm sitting right now in my parents' family room looking out the window. It's the middle of winter, there's lots of snow, but also we have a bright, beautiful blue sky today with lots of clouds. And honestly, it is magical when we get blue skies in winter because sometimes it can be very gloomy. But I love when the blue sky comes out because then the sun shines on the snow and everything looks so sparkly. And it just feels really good. Even though I might not go outside today, I might try. But it is just such a more beautiful vibe that we have. So I'm still figuring out this podcast as I go. I feel like it's more like it is an experiment. I kind of know the direction that I want it to go in, but I also want some practice, right? So that's what a lot of these solo episodes are. The original concept, the TLDR here, is that at first it was about talking about art and business, creativity and business. Oh, my mom just came home. Hi, Mom. I'm recording a podcast episode. All right, I got a little self-conscious there, so I came up now into this guest room or my mom's sewing room / where I paint sometimes. It's funny how the observation of others can make you feel differently. We are different when others show up in our lives. And I mean, I think that's like a normal thing. We feel different around different people. Ooh. Why am I yawning? Different people bring out different sides of ourselves depending on how they are like and what that, brings out in you, which I think is pretty cool. So today, what was I saying? Yeah, the podcast was originally about combining like business and art because I feel like a lot of artists, we are like, you are an entrepreneur, so to speak, you're a business, because if once, business is the exchange of goods and services for money, basically. And that's what a lot of creatives are doing or trying to do. If you're a full-time artist, you are running a business, whether you like it or not. And I think it's just something that's not really talked about, especially in like art school. Usually like you learn the skills, but then you don't learn about grants and you don't learn about like how to apply for things. You don't really understand like the workings of the art world, which is essentially the business, the industry, the art world, the art business, the art industry. And that kind of like impacts your art. Like it does impact your art practice. And I see maybe it's a good thing that they do keep it separately. And there are some things like, graphic design, I'm sure that is more, towards the business side of things. But it's usually something that's skipped over. Anyway, so that was the original thing. And I do think I will have some guests on the pod once I'm a bit more practiced and I get into it and we just like see where this goes. I know there's something like most podcasts don't make it past 20 episodes. So I'm like determined to make 2025 the year that I just go full force on this podcast, because there have been so many people that I've been like, hey, be on my podcast. And that was like 3-4 years ago when I first did this and I was doing like Instagram lives. I was so shameless. Also, I was smoking weed at the time. So I was just asking anyone and everyone. I was like, do you want to be on my podcast? And didn't follow through. Kind of stopped midway through because I wanted it to be a video podcast. And honestly, the editing thing, I'm still getting used to that. I'd rather just like record, like edit a little bit and then post. And it is a lot of work, and that's honestly not what I'm interested in. Ideally, I guess I can just get somebody else to do that. And eventually, I guess I will. But right now, it's just me, myself, and I. So today, I had this idea. And this is maybe in between podcast episode / this could also be an art piece. I've thought about doing this as like a performance art piece. And I guess, like, I don't know exactly what you would call it. I guess it's performance art. But it could also be just like, I feel it could also be like stand-up poetry or improvised poetry. Anyways, maybe it's not really poetry. However, so there's two, and I'm sure I've mentioned that before, there's two people that I love following. One is M on the Brain, and the second is Esther's Universe. Go check them out if you haven't already. And I think it comes from either or both of them, where they've shared this in different regards. But being like sharing the gratitude that you have in your life until you feel overwhelmed with gratitude, just like you get full of anger or full of joy, and like you're overwhelmed with those, or overwhelmed with sadness or any feeling. But gratitude is like a very high vibey emotion and a very high vibey thing to experience, and it's like a good thing, and that's something I'm trying to cultivate more in my life. I definitely feel there's certain times when like gratitude, I'll just be like hit with a spark of it and it feels so good, but often I do feel, and I'm changing my verbiage here, I have felt that it was difficult, and now I'm trying to change that in my mind and say like gratitude comes to me easily. I am grateful easily. And so this is something I've thought about, if it were to be a performance art piece, it would be like I'd go to wherever the performance is happening and literally stand there and just say everything that comes to my mind that I am grateful for. And it would maybe go something like this. So I am right now probably going to read from I have this, I guess, journal that I write down what I'm grateful for. And I think maybe there's also there's like some power in sharing that gratitude. Like I said earlier in this podcast, like being observed. And I definitely feel that. Like I know that I feel different when I am observed by someone else. And I'll probably include in this, like skip to, maybe I should do that next time, but like skip to this part, this number, this time period, this point in the podcast if you just like want to hear the gratitude. Okay, let me find the beginning. Because I also do in this journal, I don't just do I am grateful, but I also say like I am, like, I don't know, for example, or here, I was talking to myself like I was the universe. Anyways, so like I'll be like, you are brilliant. I love you. You are magical. You are the universe having a human experience. Okay, here's the gratitude. Today, I am grateful. I am grateful for my bed. I am grateful for my bedroom. I am grateful for my mom and dad. I am grateful for the food that is on my plate. I am grateful for Yayo Kasuma. I am grateful for writing. I am grateful for the snow. I am grateful for the sun. I am grateful for this pen. I am grateful for this paper. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for this life. I am grateful for all that I have been given. I am grateful for this existence. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my wealth. I am grateful for... Oh, I can't read that. I'll skip it. I am grateful for my attention. I am grateful for my existence here on this earth today. I am grateful for God. I am grateful for this world. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for the universe. I am grateful for my childhood. I am grateful for my dance classes. I am grateful for my friends. I am grateful for my education. I am grateful for all of my skills. I am grateful for my body. I am grateful for my pain, discomfort, and anxieties. I am grateful for my ease. I am grateful for my sobriety. I am grateful for my existence here on this earth. I am eternally grateful for me. I am grateful for all the people that I've had relationships with. I am grateful for all the things that are yet to come. I am grateful for all my lives I have lived. I am grateful for my period. I am grateful for all the love in my life. I am grateful for all the joys around me. I am grateful for all that is and will be. I am super grateful to be here right now on this day. I am grateful for my coach. I love you. I am grateful for the kindness I give myself. I am grateful for the compassion I give myself. I am grateful for all the love I give myself. I am grateful for Chapel Roan. I am grateful for all that I have here and now. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. So that's a little example. I think I'll do another one. I just wanted to chime in here and talk. There are some things that I added and a few that I changed where I was like, that's a little personal, because some of the things that you can be grateful for are maybe a little personal or vulnerable to share. And I think that's completely okay. But that felt really good to share. I encourage you to try this and do this. Another thing that I've been thinking of, I want to do this as, I guess it's like a performance art piece video that I want to record, and just do it for like all of the belongings I have. And I think that's like kind of inspired by, like, if you know, like Marie Kondo or minimalism and just overconsumption. We often have so many things, and it's like, are we really aware of all the possessions that we have, and are we really grateful for all the things in our lives, and taking the time to care for literally all of the things we have. And some people don't have a lot of things, and a lot of people have a lot of things, and a lot of people don't have a lot of things. And if you're somebody that, you know, has a roof over your head, has access to water and food, like, you know, I think it's important that we feel really grateful for what we do have, and so that can reverberate, if that's the correct word, into the world around us, into the lives around us. And hopefully we can disconnect from the treadmill of capitalism. A good book to read on that is Rest is Resistance, by, I forgot her name, but great book. And so I think, you know, gratitude and like this, doing a practice of gratitude and just like kindness to yourself, compassion to yourself, being proud of yourself. This is something that I've learned recently it's a practice that I'm remembering. It's a practice that I've learned recently in the course, the training that I took called the Lightning Process. And I definitely will talk more about it, because I'm still working through the content and like the tools. And it's interesting to see when it's like you're given a solution to something, but you might still have emotional resistance to things that appear in your life. And I am doing some resistance towards it. However, I also realize that, like, to cultivate more joy, happiness, gratitude in my life, that I need to step into having more gratitude, joy, and happiness. And the more that you seek and cultivate and have, then you also then in the end, then it alternatively like creates more and more. So you kind of have to like seek it out to bring more and more and more and more of it into your life. But yeah, so I'd like to do it, like, I don't know if I'll probably post them on YouTube. I don't know if they'll be YouTube videos, but I think it would be fun to do some like performance art videos, pieces of just like gratitude for all the things that I have. And it's funny because I do see how it can also be, if you're a YouTube observer, how some people will go on YouTube and be like, you know, I don't know, we'll do like house tours or room tours, or like, this is what I got for my birthday, this is what I got for Christmas. And it can also feel very braggy. So I don't know what the experience would be like. And I think it'd be a cool experience to do. And I think it would also be interesting to see like the feedback from it as well. And ultimately, like, maybe, you know, it would make me be like, you know, I don't really feel grateful for this. Or maybe I do feel grateful for all these things that I have. And I guess that's the thing, is feeling really, really grateful for all that you do have. And then hopefully that aligns you more with the idea that all of us right now, you listening, me, everyone on this earth, we are enough as we are. And you don't need to do anything else to prove your worth or your enoughness to the world. And that's not to say that we can't do things and can achieve more, but I think the motivation there should be that it's, you know, out of, I don't know, the gratitude, the joy, the enjoyment that you have on that path, and not the struggle. That's something that I've realized is I have always been, or I want to speak historically of this, and it's still something, a habit that I'm changing, but I was very, very critical of myself, very hard on myself. The idea that like there's these never ending goalposts that are ahead of you in life, and like they'll never reach them because they always move, like these moving goalposts. And as soon as you get close or maybe you reach it, they move again, and then it's like you feel that you didn't accomplish anything. But no, you are enough right now. You are full. You are exactly who you've always meant to be. I think a good analogy, and I listened to this is in one of the meditation people that I listen to on Insight Timer. It's a free app. If you don't use Insight Timer, go check it out. It's great. Her name is Meredith Hook, and she talks about how peace is like the blue sky, and sometimes it's covered up by the cloudiness, and other times it's not, but it's always there. The blue sky, the sky is never gone. It's just, we don't always see it, and that peace is always there. That enoughness is always there. Sometimes there's just clouds in the way. There's things that are separating ourselves from realizing that innate fact about ourselves. Okay, I want to do another reading. I'm just going to do another one of these gratitude things. Maybe I'll try freestyle this time. I won't read from my list, and this time I'm just going to do what comes to mind. Okay. And it's funny, I do think it also comes from like observing what's in your environment, and probably like what you have been doing in your recent moments, or like what you're currently into. And of course it'll be different to each person. I'm grateful for the blue sky. I'm grateful for the clouds floating by. I'm grateful for the snow. I'm grateful for the sun that makes the snow sparkle as it falls from the trees. I'm grateful for the sparkling snow on the ground. I am grateful for my paints. I'm grateful for painting. I'm grateful for abstract art. I am grateful for Heath Caring. I am grateful for the sun. I am grateful for the trees. I'm grateful for the birds. I'm grateful for the bees. I'm grateful for frogs. I'm grateful for butterflies. I'm grateful for my cat Bagheera. I'm grateful for cuddling with animals. I'm grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful for this hat that my mom crocheted for me. I'm grateful for drawing. I'm grateful for podcasts. I'm grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for watching and getting to listen to creators of all kinds. I'm grateful for this microphone. I'm grateful for you listening. I'm grateful for food. I'm grateful for the breakfast I had this morning. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for my long hair. I am grateful for fresh drinking water. I'm grateful for hot showers that I can have. I'm grateful for my pillow. I am grateful for the Insight Timer. I am grateful for the color purple. I am grateful for lunch that I'm about to eat. I am grateful for my creativity. I am grateful for being alive on this day. I'm grateful for taking the lightning process course. I'm grateful for the tools that it gave me. I'm grateful for that I have the ability to make change in my life. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my wealth. I'm grateful for my joy. I'm grateful for peace. I am grateful for the rainbows that the sun makes. All right. Thanks for listening. This was a shorter episode, which I think is totally fine. Feels like I've been talking for a lot longer. I'm starting to get hungry, so I definitely need to eat something. Yeah, I hope this inspires you in some way, shape, or form to just list all the things that you're grateful for out loud, maybe to yourself or to someone else, or to write them down, or to think about them, or to record them, or to, I don't know, make an art piece about them, whatever you feel called to do. Maybe it's just one. You just say, I'm grateful for this one thing, and that's okay. But I've been inspired, and I want to inspire you, and I think that's what creating and sharing is about, inspiring other people with what it is that you create and put out into the world, and just even your existence. A friend, we were talking about creativity, and he was talking about how creativity, he has like a creative personality, and I think that's wonderful. I think honestly, we probably all do have creative personalities. Well, I think period, like we are all creative, period. Like we are all artists, period, in our own way. I truly, truly believe that. If you haven't read the book by Rick Rubin, The Creative Act, or Elizabeth Gilbert, The Big Magic, The Artist's Way, that's another thing. But I think there's so many, like, it's often I think that we have to hear messages again and again and again, because one, you'll probably hear them in a different way. Two, you might not have been at a certain place that you needed to hear it or wanted to hear it or understood it at that time. And essentially, anyways, the message from these things is we are all creative. And even if you think of like life in itself, whether you believe whatever it is that you believe in, and I believe that whatever anyone else's believes is true, because whatever we believe is real to us, and that is what life is our experiences, and nobody has the same experience. But whatever it is that you believe, whether you believe in the Big Bang Theory or you believe in whatever religion it is that you follow, or I don't know, I'm sure there's other things that I've not even heard of, but the creation of life, even like talking about, maybe this is what I'll talk about next, but the creation of life in of itself, like a tree growing a child is creative. Like it is just the world's natural state is creative, whether it's creating or destroying. Both of those things are creating or creative, in the fact that there's change that's happening, and that change is occurring moment by moment, and you don't really know exactly what's going to happen next, but when you're in that creative flow, it just pours out of you without those clouds, without that limitation to that creativity, which I think aligns with peace in a way, peace and acceptance. But yeah, so I hope you find this inspiration in some way. If not, whatever, that's okay too. I'm gonna go eat something. You should also go eat something and be grateful for a couple things in your life, and we'll talk later. Okay, goodbye.